What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ikon. And once again, we're here on 910 Sports TV. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity because without him, there'll be no us. Next, I want to introduce my man to the right of me. You know what I'm saying? The best coach up and down the East Coast, out there in the Virginia streets, out there, you know what I'm saying? He claimed he one of the best the best fishermen in the world. I don't know. We really might have to find out one day. Anyway, I got my man Lamont T. Goins. What's going on, brother?
Hey man, appreciate it, man. It's always a pleasure. Now you know you got to be easy when you talk about fishing, because you know Jacob gonna be he's gonna be disputing that all day long. But we're gonna settle that because we're gonna do a show in the boat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So next, I got my other right hand man, baby mama favorite host, Cowboys biggest fan. He think they probably gonna go to the Super Bowl this year. You know what I mean? All the plays and moves they made on the offseason. You know how the Cowboy fans did. But you got Jacob, the great in the building. What's going on, bro?
Man, glad to be in the land of the living, man. Another day to get it right. But I will say this. You gonna have to wait till these finals get over to start talking trash about my Cowboys, man. So, I'm gonna I'm gonna let you slide because you are honoring the great John Thompson tonight. So I'm gonna let you slide.
Oh,
Are you talking about like that AI? That AI? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hey, before we get started, all the way started, so Lamont, I'm trying, but we'll just see if I can work this out. So I was delivering a car the other day, and or picking up a truck the other day from a warehouse out in I think I was in Ohio. And the guy who I was picking up from was like a young black brother. And we just out there talking, whatever. And he said, "Man, you fish?" And I'm like, "Nah, like, what made you ask me that?" He's like, "Well, I got a fisherman show, or I got a show where we be fishing." And he showed me like a video, and him and some other guys, they like it like he said some kind of tournament or something. He said we like 5 shows in. So I'm thinking at first I think he was talking about podcast, but I think he was actually talking about a fish, like some kind of fishing tournament or fisherman show or something. So I said, "Man, you need to come on my show." I said, my co-hosts, they fish. I don't fish, but my co-hosts fish. So he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna see some videos or whatever." I said, "Yeah, we're gonna put it together." And I said, I'm gonna get that gift to you and Jacob, try to figure this thing out so we get him on the show. You know what I'm
absolutely, absolutely.
saying?
We'll see. We'll see if he got a Zebco or he got an open face, and see what he's gonna do with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all we can see do he fish with that candy apple worm to catch them big white mouth bass, them big mouth bass. Yeah,
yeah, he was naming some stuff, so I knew he knew what he was talking about. But he was naming some stuff I didn't know what he was talking about. So I'm like, he probably not talking to me about fishing, because I don't know nothing what y'all talking about. When y'all be naming all that, but when y'all have that episode, I'm just gonna sit back and listen. 'Cause, yeah, I might
yeah.
have a couple of questions, but I ain't gonna know nothing.
So just a disclaimer, I'm gonna try to get a few deer hunters on here. When the season come back in as well.
Okay. I might try to get my man from Virginia. He up there, in Virginia. He from Southern Pines. He fished too. My man Anthony Watkins. He fished too. So I might the day we get the other dude on, I might have him come on too. And then y'all can really be going at it about who fish and who don't fish and how to
Right,
fish
man.
and what
That's
do you
right.
fish.
What's in the box? You top water. Or you submerging and be ready. And you gotta be ready when they yank it. You gotta
Hey, hey,
snatch
hey,
it.
hey,
You gotta
hey, hey,
snatch his
hey,
lips
coach.
off.
Hey, coach. I tell people all the time, man. A lot of people like to go to the lake and the river fish, but some of the biggest fish I ever caught come out the country ponds.
That's
For
all
real,
I.
man.
Hey, all of my, I'm being straight up honest with you right now. All my gear is for pond fishing. If you take me to a body of water and it 30, 40 feet deep, you might as well leave me in the truck with the air conditioner on. Because I mean all them big lips would it do the deep dive and all. No, man, my stuff is all for tobacco ponds in Moore County. I mean, that's what's in my tackle box. And somebody said, "Let's go." I said, "Where we going?" They said, "We going." I said, "No, ain't no need for me to go because my stuff won't go that deep."
Mm.
Right,
You mean you
right,
and that's
right.
the thing. You got to know how to fish. You got to know you just jump in the boat and you go out there and you be like, "Man, I ain't caught nothing all day." Well, you ain't because they ain't but about 50 feet up under you. Right? You mean you
So,
you
so
can't.
I would ask you about fishermen. Now, I was always intrigued by the ones like when you watching fishermen on like ESPN back in the day when
Yep.
they showed them and they would be able to catch a bunch of fish, like 100, 200 fish at one time, and then put them up in the net and all that. So I'm like, what are they using? Where they know what to do, how to do, where exactly where to go in the ocean and all that to be able to get so many fish and grab them up so much at one time, or the people that actually do it professionally. You know what I mean? Like they go out and get the fish and then sell them to the stores and all that. How they know how to
I,
get,
I, 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 actually, I kind of this fella who played football with my uncle Tony. His name David Height. He's a professional fisherman, man. David Height probably done won. He probably worth about $3 or $4 million just from fishing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And some of the rods, that I've seen him have, man, them big boy. Some of the rods he have cost about $300-400. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Absolutely.
big boy, big
You
boy.
think about, I mean, in some schools they actually have fishing teams,
Right, right.
Mhm.
right? And so they got so I'm just gonna say if it's let's just say LSU, and then LSU, they got a boat, they sponsored by Evan Root, Outboard Motors, and then all of a sudden you come with Spider Wire, and everybody's got all these sponsorships. But again, on television, of course, it's edited, right? They got the
Mhm.
fish finders to be able to go up and say, okay, yeah, I roll up on there. There's about 15 up underneath us. But the thing is, what are they gonna bite? So you see guys with about 6 or 7 poles on the boat, and they'll pick up and they'll keep throwing until, like, if I was in the boat with Jake, I'm just gonna let you know my secret. And he's fishing top water, and I got plastic, and they hitting the top water. I'd be a fool to sit there and keep throwing my plastic. I'm gonna switch and go with the top water until they stop hitting the top water. You don't sit there and be like, I'm gonna prove a point. Okay, you're gonna be fishless, right? When we go fishing, we'd always say the dollar on the first fish. So you hustling and you throwing everything in your box to find out what they're hitting. Plus, I'm a time of day type of fisherman. I like to go early in the morning, where the lake is, I call it glass. Fog's lifting off. I'm gonna work top water in the shallows. I'm gonna work those lilies, and then just be ready for that monster when he hits, I'm gonna yank his lips off of him.
Yeah, you right by that, coach. And coach, I tell people all the time, man. I've been at that thing for so long, off and on, and I remember as a young man, my pops used to order the Field and Stream fisherman books. They
Mm,
used to come in the mail every month, and used to have this fella in there by the name of Bill Dance. And
Chew.
I tell people, if you fishing artificial, and you don't even if you don't got the apple candy worm or the cotton candy worm, then you must ain't never heard of Bill Dance, because that's all he used for them big mouth bass.
That's it. My guy was always Jimmy Houston, right? And it,
Okay, okay,
and everybody has somebody said, why do you, I mean, because number one, they'll tell you what lures to use, they'll tell you the technique, and then you got to be able to say, like me, people go, oh man, I got 30-pound test line. I don't never have more than 12-pound test line. You got 12
right,
pound good line on your pole, you got your drag set. I ain't trying to pull up no tree stump. I'm just trying to catch the fish. I mean, people go out there with all that big heavy weight. I don't need that. No, because again,
right,
I'm fishing in ponds that may be 15 feet deep. But it's like I said, because you have to go buy those lures to go down where they are, because people don't realize the hotter it is, the deeper the fish is gonna go. And they're gonna eat in early in the morning, and late in the evenings, they're gonna move into the shallows. And then that's how you have to look and say, okay, when you see lilies on the water, I'll tell our secret. If there's lilies on the water, you can see it. That's the shallow end of the pond. Now you
right,
say,
right.
okay, oh, there's the lilies. Let me go work that. But you don't see no lilies, that's the deep end of the pond. So if I go there, I might have to put a crankbait that's gonna go deep in the water. And then again, I love fishing around the spill well too. And somebody says, why? Because that's the deepest part of the lake. So you go there and you switch your gear up, and then you work. And I mean, again, you just have to learn the body of water. And when you go, if I ever go down and fish with Jacob, I'm once again, I'm the student. I gotta say, I'm in his pond. I got to respect his pond. He's going to tell me what I need to throw. then I got to be able to listen and then throw what he's telling me because I'm fishing in his hole. He comes to the pines. First of all, I'm gonna blindfold him, and then, then I'm gonna get him in the boat. And once we're in the boat, I take the blindfold off, and then I tell him and say, "All right, you know what? You make sure you got the right stuff on because these boys in here, they'll yank the guts out your pole if you ain't ready to roll."
Mm.
I can dig it. I can dig it. So, coach, this what I propose that me and you do. It ain't
All
got to be
right.
this year, but it can be the next couple of years. Me and you should take a trip down the swamp of Louisiana and go alligator hunting.
What? I'm talking about. Hey, Jay, I mean, I can't. You hear the brother?
You were
I'm
gonna
talking
be
about
on
catching a.
safety
I'm
on you,
talking about
nigga.
catching a fish, and he trying to take me down there where I can lose an arm or a limb.
Yeah, you were gonna be on 60 on you,
Hey,
boy.
hey,
You
hey,
gonna
man, man, listen, man. I'm gonna have to rope the tide's mouth out, and all you gotta do is have the 22 rifle to shoot him in the head. That's it. Alligator hunting.
I tell you what, I need to be in the boat with what's my man Troy Landry, right?
man, man,
I can't. Why you shake your head like that, man?
bro. First of
He
all,
said alligator. I'm
your
trying to
black
catch a
ass don't
bass.
need to be out there talking about no doggone alligator hunting. Black folks don't deal with no alligators. No, keep your butt
Man,
on lane. Come
I can't.
on.
I can't. I'm from the backwoods, the red clay dirt of South Carolina, man. If it can be hunted, I'm gonna do it.
Well,
Hey,
you
you
keep
know
it out there
what?
with Shannon Sharp, not so Jones.
But you know
Shannon Sharp do
exactly.
all that kind of stuff, that
Hey, Jacob.
alligator hunting and all that kind of stuff you
I
talking about.
I tell you what, Jacob. I'll take you up on it, but we'll fish Santee Cooper.
Okay, okay.
Now we'll go to Santee, but I ain't going over. I ain't going down to Louisiana and getting in. I ain't getting in nothing but Louisiana, but a bowl full of crayfish and some flounder and
Well, I
some
tell you what,
beignets.
just get a big enough boat where I can be on the boat with me a Heineken and a lawn chair, and I'm gonna sit there and watch y'all 20 minutes out there alligator hunting. That's what I'm gonna do.
Coach, we at least got to catch four, so we can take them to the weighing station, so we can get the type of money that we need to get for 'em.
I'm tell you what, I'm going. You know, I might have to do. I might have to do a show in my garage where I got all my largest I've ever caught is a 12 pounder.
Okay.
And I've got one, two. I've got about three 12s and a couple tens. That's as large as I've ever. That's the largest I've ever got. I think I've got maybe
Did you fry 'em
seven.
afterwards?
Say again.
Did you fry 'em afterwards?
Oh no. Them chuckers went up on the. When you pull the monsters out, you be like, no, dude, he going on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Right? Take
Got
him to my taxidermy man in Red Springs. Rayon Locklear, and he puts the whammy on them, and I go back and pick them up, and I come in, drop a nail in the wall, hang them up in the garage. But again, that was back when I was in North Carolina hard fishing. I mean, ever since in
Yeah.
Virginia, it's them tobacco ponds at home is just, I mean, it's just relentless, man. You
Yeah.
go in there, and it is just like, brother, you walk up in there, and then I'll fish to maybe 9 o'clock, then I'm gonna bag it, go home, and at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, put my shoes on, and I'm gonna fish the dark. I mean, we come out of the water. You be like, all right, pull your phone out because we got to drag the boat. And we fish out of a John boat, right? Now my
Yeah.
brother does have a bass boat, but again, I don't have the equipment to go. And when I'm like you, when I'm with him, I get on the boat and just kind of be hanging out. But my gear's not made for that. But you put me in the John boat, man, it's game on.
Okay,
Man,
okay.
man, coach, listen, man. That's how I know you old school. You talking about a John boat, man. You need to go ahead. You need to go ahead and buy you a pontoon. Go ahead and buy you
Oh,
a
Lord.
pontoon, man.
Well, but
Go
you
ahead and
but
buy
see
you.
but see here's the thing. So you trying to grill, you trying to chill, and you trying to fish. When I'm out there, I'm doing one thing, brother. I'm trying because I've been out in the
Hey,
pond.
hey,
No lie, I've been in a pontoon boat, and we forget the we forget the paddle, and the only thing on the back of the truck is a shovel, and we've used the round point shovel to get around the pond because we like
okay.
you got to be able to do. And we don't have no motor. We just paddle.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
but the reason like I like that pontoon boat because it's kind of it cruises
Yep.
and man it's to me that bass boat if you got a person who trying to drink while they driving that bass boat you might not have a good day because them bass boats they be fast I can they fast bro they fast, man. And I remember in Florida, the first time I got up on a jet ski, and I ain't really know how to handle the jet ski. Them waves hit me in my face, and it felt like a ton of bricks.
Mm, wow. Wow. Well, anyway, I guess let's get into this. Everybody, y'all subscribe to 910 SNE on our YouTube channel. But we're about to get into it. About to get into the NBA Finals.
Woo.
Um, Last night was very entertaining to me. I haven't seen a finals game in a long time where both teams was getting up and down like that. It looked like a pickup game that first probably the first two quarters. And I would say this. Um, at first I thought the Spurs was playing too fast. They were getting sped up more than they wanted to because they was taking a lot of ill-advised bad shots. They started making their shots in the second, like towards the end of the first, going into the second quarter. They started getting a little rhythm going about them. The problem is with the Spurs is that when Wemby goes out and they have to bring in Luke Cornett, they don't have the same flow, and then they end up losing the lead. And then the Knicks is aggressive as far as like going to the basket and understanding, okay, instead of taking threes, we just gonna go to the basket every time because we know Luke Cornett can't stop us from getting what we want to get on the court. And I'm gonna tell you what changed the game. And I don't know if you really watched this, Coach. When they brought that rookie in, Carter Bryant, the little light skinned fella, and they put him on Brunson, and because remember Brunson was struggling before that,
Yep.
and they put him on him, and he cooked him three straight plays. It almost was reminiscent of how he was cooking hard, but the only difference is Carter Bryant actually trying to play some defense.
Right.
It was just a older guy, basically a veteran, being crafty enough to understand this rookie is playing me too aggressive. So I'm gonna use his aggressiveness
Yep.
against him. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Get where I want to get on the court and make the plays I want to make. And once he did that, the floodgates opened up kind of for Brunson, and he took off from there for the rest of the game. So you tell me about your thoughts on what you thought about the game.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm like, I was anticipating, and when it came on, I asked my wife. I said, I wonder I said, if I had to bet, who's going to score the first bucket in the 2026 NBA Finals? Bam, we started off with a three. Then Wemby comes down, boom, he knocks it down. So I'm like, you know what, this is going to turn out to be fantastic. But here's my thing with the Spurs. I think they really could. Number one, hats off to the Knicks by bringing Cat away from the basket. Now, when they line up in the finals, he's used to playing now outside where Wemby's going to play outside. Now, the Spurs, to counter that, the Spurs really need to put in a stretch five that can go to the basket as well as handle anything around that mid range because Wemby's outside and you call it Iconi, everything feeds through him. And when he's not on the floor, it's like it's just like, okay, who's going to take the shot? Or I'm going to take the three, but then they don't have anybody in there to get on the glass. So I think they really got to look at and say, okay, and I'm not suggesting the lineup change, but the six man needs to come in, needs to be another post guy. Run the post guy and Wemby at the same time because now when Wemby can do his thing and he can dump down versus, I mean, you think about what the Knicks. The Knicks have got pure slashers, right? Those guys play up tempo, they run it, and when they make the subs, it's not a lot of drop off, right? Think about when what was it? Brunson, boom, first thing was his knee, then his ankle.
Yeah.
Man, them jokers, they just look around and they ball. They don't go, oh my God, he's out of the game. He may no, man, no, right? Because and one word I'll toss out, Villanova, right? When you got all three of them guys from Villanova and they know what to do and how to do it, somebody can go take a break and be able to maintain the ship. But I'm looking for an excellent series. Hopefully my Knicks will be able to take this thing out. But Wemby, I tell you what, he is something special. I enjoy every time I watch him play because people don't realize, man, that dude's. I mean, he ain't 6'8", right? I
Mhm.
mean, and he's out there and he patting that thing, and I'm like, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
It really is.
But before you jump in, Jacob, I'm gonna say this about Wimby, and I heard somebody say this earlier. They say he has to do everything, especially on the defensive end. I think women going to have to kind of slow down a little bit because it's
Mm-hmm.
going to wear itself out.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be feel like you have to block every shot and leave off your man to go get to the lane every single time. Sometimes the other players just gonna have to either guard their man, or if they get past him and get a layup, so be it, get down on the other end. But he gonna wear himself out and burn himself
Absolutely.
out before game three, game four if he keep playing like that. The way because last night he was trying to be everywhere. And you can see him by the time that third or fourth quarter now, he kept leaning over and what I'm
He
saying?
gassed.
He wore himself out. And the drilling probably already flowing. So
Yep.
he already amped up starting the game. So by the time that third or fourth quarter came around, he didn't have as much left in his legs. But go ahead, Jacob.
Well, I'm gonna say this. The Knicks made San Antonio play Knickerbocker basketball. With all that running and gunning. If you notice, San Antonio is effective when they slow the game down and play at their own pace. And last
Mhm.
night they didn't slow the game. They was trying to play tip for tap. You can't do that. You can't do that with the Energizer buddy Bronson, and then you got Hart and Bronson and Bridges. All of them played at Villanova together, so they know how each other play. San Antonio, y'all play together, but y'all ain't played together like them boys played together, man. Them
That's
boys
correct.
got chemistry. Them boys got a lot of chemistry. And another thing, women is already fatigued, man. Like you said, uh, uh, he was by third quarter, he was leaning over. I thought he was on the Wizard of Oz like the Scarecrow. If I only had a brain.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey, let me jump in and say that when you brought that up, Icon, I went back to the Lakers. And reason why I went back to the Lakers, if you remember, when I say the Lakers, I'm talking about Showtime Lakers, right?
Mhm.
Is Jabbar never took the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
They already went on and sent him down the floor because he's and I know this because I heard him say this on the interview. He said if I would have took the ball out all those years, how many extra steps would that have added to my body? And I was
Mm.
like, holy crap. I mean, it was just like I'm like, okay, so you save your big man, get your big man on back down the floor, but you let your 3 or 4 man take the ball out. But you like when I was coaching, the only people that ever took the ball out for me was my 3 man.
Well, see, this is the problem. And I'm going to tell you, when I told Jacob this a couple of days ago, one of the biggest problems I see with the Spurs, they don't really have a lot of issues. But the problem with them is they have too many people handling the ball coming up the court. You notice it's
Mm,
always a different person every time. You
yep.
got Darian Fox, you got Stephen Costa, sometimes you got Wendy, you got Dylan Harper. I feel like they could get a better flow if they have okay, if Darren Fox is your point guard, most of the time let him bring it up. He can set up your offense. Or if you want to give him a break, you know what I'm saying, then you have a Stephen Castle bringing it up. If you notice, most of the time when the Knicks got the ball, Jalen Brunson is bringing it up when you know what I'm saying or whatever. So I think what throws them off is that's why they get so many turnovers because they can't get a consistent flow because they got and then they rush down the court and they kill me with these 103 breaks. It'll be three defensive players down the court and they try to force themselves to the basket and then when they get down there and get jammed up, then they want to throw the ball out. And the Knicks are too crafty and too good of a defensive team. They're gonna jump in those passing lanes. You can't do that against the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll jump them lanes and pick them balls off or whatever and take it down the other end of the court. So they're gonna have to really they can still play fast, but they have to play fast, not like what Charles said last night. Play fast, not hurry, or something he said
Yep.
last night. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I see.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, and a lot of it is inexperience. They're young, and to your point, I want a certain person to bring the ball down the floor. When you look up and you're like, oh, okay, he's bringing it down. Oh, Jacob's bringing. Where do I go? How do I get in my flow when I look up and then somebody's bringing the ball? Now, what I need to get right. So, and I'm not saying that's not the right way to do it. It's just maybe unorthodox. But when they, like you said, they get in trouble and hands in the passing lane, man. The next thing you know, I mean, think about it. if I'm not mistaken, Hartlack had 6 rebounds, dude, in the first quarter. I mean, this dude was
Mm-hmm.
all on the glass. And when he
Mm-hmm.
get it, dude, I mean, he's just like out the gate and they're running. And also, your hats off to Cat for playing well and not picking up silly fouls early in the game. And they called that out in the pregame. And he answered the bell. I mean, he really, really did. And when you look at it, you say, man, how does a player like that end up going to the Knicks and it really work out to when he was at Minnesota? Sometimes, you just got to get in the right system. You can be a
Mm-hmm.
decent player, but you get in the right system. Look at Brunson. People forget he was with the Mavericks. I mean, you think about that. Somebody go, he was where? No, you pulled him out of the Mavs and you put him in the Big Apple, and this dude is a baller, hands
Mm-hmm.
down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I think too, what the Spurs gonna have to do is they're gonna have to put Cat more in some action to get him in foul trouble. So they're
Okay.
gonna have to kind of force him to play defense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He
Absolutely.
may not be able to guard. He probably not gonna guard Wendy too often because the thing about Cat, and I told Jacob this. I said the problem with Cat is Cat for some reason in his mind think he's 6'3" instead of 7 feet tall because he plays like a guard. Even on
Yeah.
defensive end of the ball of the
Yeah. You
court,
don't.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
sitters
He
don't
don't
do
wall.
this.
Absolutely.
He's
Absolutely. Yeah.
wiping down at the ball, trying to steal the ball all the time. Dude, you got hands like gorillas. You can't be slapping down on the ball. You gonna get the man on every time. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't play defense like that when you that
Yeah.
big, bro. So at the end of the day, that's what gets him in trouble. If you notice, that's where his silly fouls come from. Because he'd be guarding another player and he want to swipe down at the ball instead of just putting his hands up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I would do. I would try to get him more into action and to get him into foul trouble. Because really, to be honest with you, the guards, they're gonna end up canceling each other out. The thing about the guards on both sides and the wings, it really just gonna come down to who makes shots. That's really
That's
gonna come down to. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what
Because
it
both
does.
of them got players that can make shots. And I told Jacob this, and Jacob get back. I said, and I told you before we started the show, Harrison Barnes, just stop putting him in the game. Right? He don't got it, right? He don't got it on him. Stop putting him in the game. Harrison Barnes is killing the flow. The man is wide open. I'm talking about he be so wide open. He can make a sandwich, doggone, talk to his phone to his baby mama, call his other mama, and still can't make the shot. Come on,
He
bro.
said, make a sandwich.
And this I'm gonna say this, Jacob, before you probably jump in and want to say something. But people don't realize this. Do you know the real reason why Kevin Durant ended up at Golden State? I watched that whole series. I'm gonna tell you why. Harrison Barnes then couldn't make a shot.
Mm.
They would throw him the shot, a ball in the corner. If you notice,
And,
Game 7, go back and watch Game 7 of the finals when the Cleveland beat Golden State in Game 7. Watch
yep.
how many times they threw the ball to Harrison Barnes and
And
he
he
missed
could
a
not.
wide open shot. So if he would have made his shots that night and they would have won
He,
their second title, they would have went and got Kevin Durant. But a
yeah.
lot of it was because of Harrison Barnes. Go back and watch it. And anybody who think I'm lying, go back and watch Game 7, the whole game,
No.
and watch how many
You,
times he missed the open shot.
you nailed it. You
Mhm.
exactly right. If that's your job, you got to make the bucket.
Exactly. But you got something that you want to jump in, Jake?
Yeah, Harrison Barnes, man. I just don't trust nobody making a 3 pointer in a moment that we need. Named Harrison, man. I trust Harrison to be working in District 1, along aside the assistant principal. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I can't. What did you expecting, man? Like he done damn near played for every team overseas and NBA, and and he played basketball like a powder puff girl. I mean, what you expect, man? Like Harrison Bunny. When you call his name this morning, I was like, man, they passing somebody the ball that named Harrison. Oh my God, man.
Yeah, it
This,
sounds like it should be attorney at law.
yeah.
yeah,
So
man.
he
Yeah,
played
yeah,
for
man.
Sacramento last, didn't he? Well, he was in
Yeah, yeah,
Sacramento before
Yep.
he came over to
yeah,
Spurs.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know when you bad. So that's what you know when you terrible. when they see you, what they call it, purgatory, when they see you to the one of the worst teams in the NBA, if you end up in Washington Wizards, you end up in Sacramento Kings,
Or
because
the Brooklyn Nets.
even Chris Webber, I seen Chris Webber on an interview yesterday on a podcast, and he was talking about how when he got traded to Sacramento, as soon as he got there, he went to the owners and said, "Listen, I don't mean no disrespect, but I can't play here. Y'all gonna have to send me somewhere. I just can't do it, or whatever." Or whatever he said, he felt like the Washington Wizards was trying to punish him by sending him there or whatever, because he just knew they were gonna be trash. He said, especially at that time, Sacramento didn't have no success. So he like when he sat there, he was like, "Man, I can't do this." And they was like, "Nah, we gonna work it out." And then he ended up with Jay, with White Chocolate
Yeah.
and Lottie, and they made a little run. He said, when I got in the court with that white boy and I see how he can ball out, he said, "Oh no, this is different." So
Oh
he said,
yeah.
"I'm sold." You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah.
but
So I let me say this right here. San Antonio need to learn how to not bunch the inside up. So when Castle or Harper or Fox is driving to the basket, it'd be so crowded down there to really they can't create the shot or they can't dump dump the pass off for somebody to get a dunk or easily because it was so bunched up down there, bro. I was like, man, look, man, it looked like some vegetables and a can of soup down there. It was so
yeah,
bunched up. I
yeah,
mean, I said, hell no. So, but man, overall, I
Hey,
think it's going seven. I think it's gonna be a good series, and I just think, man, that women got to get some sleep or some boy like maybe you need to put some Ritalin in his damn Gatorade bottle or something, man. Man, look. He looked like he was about to pass out, boy. He wasn't hyper or nothing, man. I was like, what that old woman there with that camel soup at? Maybe he needs some of that.
yeah.
Like,
I just think he was too amped up early in the game.
that's yep, and it
And
just zapped them. Yep.
called it to him. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because all the players looked a little bit, because the shots they was taking, you could tell all the players were a little amped because they shots was hard and long and pause, let me say, but they shots was coming off like just clanging off the rim. You know what I mean? And
And,
they weren't even
and,
close to
and,
making these shots.
and what's also alarming is are they wrapped up and they home.
Yeah.
You sleeping in your own bed.
Hmm.
And you come out, but you're right. I mean, I just think it's being young and just and all that, man. And it just is zapped him between
Yeah.
him being tired, him trying to do too much, trying to and that's the thing, man. You can't play that game, man, and just try to block every. He's got to learn how to pick and choose, right? He can't go
Hmm.
out there and he be 100 miles an hour all day long, and and the rest of the boys in the Campbell Soup commercial, aka Jacob, like that was hilarious, brother.
Yeah.
But when
yeah,
when
I
when you
mean,
when you look at that, he's exactly right. You can't when you can't go to basket and you got to go around your own man and your defender. That's tough.
Well, I'm gonna
yeah,
say this before we
yeah,
before
I
we talk
can.
about this.
I can, especially when you're playing against Big Head Fred.
You stupid. Lord, man. He talking about
Hey, hey,
somebody
hey,
Brunson. That's what he talking about.
hey, man, hey, Brunson got a head like one of them church bells in Southern Pines. You know the church bell, the churches with the wooden flow, the churches in the back of the day with the wooden flow with no carpet on them, where you pat your feet and make the music. Yeah, man, big head Fred, boy.
You stupid, man. You stupid. But before we move on, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give one brother their kudos. And Dylan Harper played better than his daddy taught him.
Woo.
I'm telling you, Dylan Harper,
He
hey,
was
put
he
it
was
like this.
balling.
Whenever Dylan Fox's contract is up, because they can't keep everybody.
Nope.
They got their replacement. Dylan Harper will take De'Aaron Fox's place. Watch what I tell you. Because you
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Because the way he gets set up now, you can't pay everybody. And De'Aaron Fox, they're gonna be like, all right, it don't even matter. Because that Dylan Harper, he about to be a superstar.
And I,
You know what I'm saying?
but I can tell you why Darren Fox ain't playing like he's supposed to play.
Why that?
He ain't playing like he's supposed to play because the barber messed up his shape up. You see that nigga shape up? I was just saying, man. Man, it looked like the barber fell asleep with the clippers in his hand. Have you have you have you been drinking, sir? Can you please put that Jack Daniels down?
You know what?
Yeah, so I'm getting ready to play in the NBA Finals, man. I got to be tight.
You know what? I can't with you, man. Anyway,
he said, he said,
we
he
gonna we
said,
gonna
put
move
the,
on to the next topic.
he said, put that Jack Daniels down.
We gonna talk about this big trade that happened, man. Um, Miles Garrett to the Rams, and possibly Aaron Donald could come out of retirement. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if them jokers on the field together, as long as doggone Matt Stafford got one leg, they going to the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna call it. If Aaron Donald come out of retirement, and they got OJ McDuffie out there on the back end too, so they cover. And they got some young boys. I think what's the name? Brian Young or something like that. The other defensive end. I think he
Yeah.
was in his second or third year. So they got some monsters out there. So I don't see the run nobody beating the Rams in the NFC if they get Donald. Yeah, they gonna have a hard time beating with Miles Garrett. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So they could get so let's just talk about it from that standpoint. Just them get Miles Garrett and get that.
You,
I, I
go ahead, Jacob.
I don't like it. I hate it. I don't like that, man. I don't like that. Like Miles Garrett going to the Rams and possibly, you know, the strongest little man coming out of retirement because he's little, he's short, but how strong Aaron Donald is, he probably been lifting oak trees since he was 6.
Yeah, so what? They're not only like I think like 5'9" or something like that. 5'8",
Yeah,
5'9".
5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, hey, I don't care how short the joke is. Hey, he one of the greatest to ever do it. That's all I'm
You
saying.
Absolutely,
right. You right.
absolutely.
He one of the
I,
greatest ever. So I don't
hey,
come out,
I'm just glad Garrett moving on and get out of Cleveland because
man.
we bring Aaron Rodgers back and he 110 and he can't run to get a first down. Maybe he can run to that side of the field since Garrett
Man,
ain't gonna be
man,
over there.
man. Somebody told me that Aaron Rodgers is brothers with Crazy Cooler that play on Deuce Hazard. They used to fix cars together.
I'm tell you what, man. I'm so I only. If somebody asked me about that the other day, I said, you know what, man, I ain't even looking forward to the day I go. I mean, because of course, we got to change, and you signed Aaron Rodgers back, and I'm just like, you know what, man, I might have to jump ship and get me a number 2 jersey and just
Well, think
just
about
follow them.
look at the bright side, coach.
Okay,
Aaron
help me
Aaron
out, help
Rodgers
me out.
said Aaron Rodgers said that was this his last year. They said you sure? He said I'm positive. So all you gotta do is get through this last year of the Aaron Rodgers retirement tour, and then y'all can go and try to find y'all a quarterback. Maybe it's the guy, your backup quarterback. I don't know, but at least you'll be rid of Aaron Rodgers after this year. You
And
know
I'm
what I'm
just
Uh,
saying?
like, you know what,
uh,
man,
maybe,
we ain't
uh,
trying to win nothing.
maybe, maybe they'll get Deshaun Watson this year.
Lord, I'm like, they might well still have me, but I will get me and you then. That okay. Deshaun Watson,
Uh,
Deshaun
so,
Watson ain't
so,
been saying just Deshaun
so,
Watson ain't been good since the last song. What are you talking about?
man, Deshaun Watson ain't been good since Bill Cosby was singing James Brown on the Cosby Show.
He
Well,
went down. All honestly, I thought he's gone down. I mean, he just. I don't see. That's what I'm saying, man. When you look at and I ain't going back to the Steelers, but I guess I just said it. Well, when you got guys and just like Shador, and then when you don't take them, and now I'm like, man, what are we trying to do? I mean, what are you trying? Are you trying to win? Or are you just trying to? I don't get it, man. I don't, you know what? I hope we okay. But I'm telling you what, man. I'm just like, and then now Tomlin gonna be on Sunday night. I guess I'll be watching the Sunday night show on NBC. I hate they got rid of Dungy, but I guess they got to make room. But yeah, I'm just like, and then now they talking about New England's got more receivers than anybody. And I was just like,
So
okay, now,
it's gonna be who was gonna be it's gonna be Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tomlin
no, Tom, he's gonna be on pregame. He's not gonna be in the booth.
pregame. Oh, okay,
Pregame,
gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha, gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, well,
I didn't
well,
think he was
well,
gonna be in no booth.
well. Get ready for it. AJ Brown is sponsored by Pro Kids and Huggies because he is a cry ass baby, and so he's about to disrupt their whole team because he cry about everything. He cry about ain't no more oatmeal. He cry about who ate all the grits. He cry about I want some more bacon. Ain't no more bacon left. Like he cry about everything.
Hey, you know what we need to do? I just thought about this.
I
If,
can't
if
take
y'all
it.
if y'all up for this, hold on. Can somebody do me a favor real quick? If anybody got an open hand or whatever, can y'all look to see what day is the NBA draft on?
NBA
What's
draft.
the
I
what's
got
the
it right
first
there.
night?
2026 NBA draft. Let's see. June 23rd and 24th in Brooklyn.
What so that's June 23rd. What days is that? That's
All right. Let's see. That's Monday. That's a Monday. No, excuse me. That's a Tuesday.
June 23rd. So we should need to do if we can pull it off. We need to at least cover the first round. Do a show when we do the first round because I think this is one of the most intriguing NFL draft. I mean NBA drafts lottery that we had in a while. So I think I don't know if y'all be up to it, but we need to do maybe the first round. At least do maybe the first. Maybe depend on
The
how
first,
fast we get through
Let's do, let's yeah. Well, let's get on and do the first 10.
the
yeah,
first
yeah, yeah,
team or
yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
first 10 picks. I mean, because there'll be
Um,
a little bit of time by whoever's going to be on the clock.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Do something
You
like
know.
that because I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be very
and to put it
intriguing.
to you, and then just set where you got or got a TV in front, and we say, all right, so we can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just kind of see who because I'm very intrigued to see where Caleb Wilson gonna go. They talking about I seen something earlier last week that Thunder may be possibly trying to trade their two first round picks to get up in the lottery part of the draft or the first part of the draft. They might be trying to go after Cameron Boozer or whatever. So because especially if they try to get off of because they're gonna lose Luke Dort, they probably gonna lose Hartenstein, so they probably want to get another big man in there or whatever somebody. So I think they might be trying to go after Cameron Boozer because they really can't use their first round picks for the team because their team is already covered and the first round is you get an automatic roster spot automatic.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So or you
Absolutely.
get automatically get paid. Everybody like to get paid in a roster spot, so they don't have enough room for two first round picks. So they have to
Yes.
do something. So I'm intrigued just to see where all these players fall. And I'm tell you what I'm intrigued by, Coach. The Michigan Centers and him with Henry Vasar. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. And remember I said this. Wherever Henry Vasar goes, especially if he go to somebody like Oklahoma City, the Lakers, or even the Spurs. Watch the impact he makes. Because Henry Basar is one of those type of centers. One, he blocks shots, he rebounds, and he's the modern day, what you call today's center, where he can post up or he can shoot the three. So he's pretty much an all around center. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. He just don't got the hype as some of these other guys. But watch the impact he'll make, especially if he goes to a team that's all they're missing is a big man. And if he goes to the Spurs and back up Wimby, oh, it's over with. I'm telling you now, it's over with. Because that's all really the Spurs are missing is a backup center that can come in and pick up the slack when Wimby goes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Right. You
You
and
know what
that's
I'm
right.
saying?
I mean, that's a great call because when your guy is in that five spot and he's doing what he's doing, he goes out. It can't be a drop. Somebody's got to come in and be able to maintain that scoring. I mean, not that you know 20 a game, but if he can come in and get you 12 and 10 every game, they will be a tough out, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Well, fellas, I appreciate the night coming on. Like I said I'm gonna be out of town this weekend, hang with family and friends. Hope I'm not getting too much trouble back home. But
Oh,
but
hey, go by and ring that church bell while you're in town.
no, that's right. Hey, 'cause one thing Southern Pine got is a lot of churches. We got nothing- Atlanta got wings and strip clubs. Southern Pine got a lot of churches. But anyway, fellas, I appreciate y'all coming on.
Absolutely, guys.
Sorry for everybody. I apologize that guests we were supposed to have on it come on tonight, but maybe we can get them back on a later date. But we try to entertain you as well because we always say
Absolutely.
one thing: one monkey don't stop no show. But anyway,
Absolutely.
y'all have a great and blessed day and enjoy your weekend. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Safe travels, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.